So finally we are there, and all right, today we are going to discuss about the Bitcoin, what's happening over there. As you can see, Bitcoin is trading around 42,000 US dollar, and from there it is just keep hovering in this phase. As you can see, this is the major support line which is just daily driving that chart from there to here again. Once again this is gonna be touch this and then pull back from there, and this is gonna be a second support level from there, from this chart. This, by the way, this is a chart of hourly, and in this hourly chart you can see the work they did, the work which is happening in there. It is usually a number which is representing a new set of target, what is going to be happen near future. So let's have a look what is the exactly phase from there. So this is the exactly time frame where the most suitable part of that Bitcoin it's gonna be happen. So when you calculate the exactly target of that Bitcoin which is gonna be go in next few week, let's have a look. So this is a target which is set by itself, and the target goes to, it is the target of 13 and 14% from there. And whenever the target is set itself from their basis, that means this sign is could be go upside because of the consolidation phase is keep happening in this zone. So let's have a look and calculate exactly what is the, how much consolidate it is, and from there we can easily calculate it how we need to be just invest your money according to that. So this is the unknown, this is the consolidation phase which is started from here, and this chart is just touching this line, and from there few consolidations is happen in this phase, but after that this line is going to be touch this line, and this is the major resistance for this chart. And that's why this chart, whenever the chart is going to be touch that line, it's come down very aggressively. So this is going to be a 3 points, and where the chart is just touching their points, and as you can see the volume which is available in the market, and it's just making really lows. And whenever the volume is getting contracted and becoming very low, that means this is a sign for a next bull run, because the volume is itself is gonna be just contracted. And whenever the Bitcoin price is gonna become inside this area, there is a higher chance for the Bitcoin it could be go very high. So by the way, it is a chance for the luck, and it is chance for a growth for those who have been major portfolio in Bitcoin, and people those who have a major portion in other currency. They also talk about that the other currency will do well, but one of the most important thing they need to know about the Bitcoin is a market leader, and whenever the good things happen, firstly happen with the Bitcoin, then go another currency. So this is another point which you need to be considered in order to buy the Bitcoin, in order to buy any currency in all across the world. So as you can see, this is the whole point which is just contracted every time. And when you go for the 4 hourly chart, then you will see that the work is happening in this genre. So this chart is clearly representing that the work which is happening in this zone of in this genre of this cryptocurrency, it is just contracted a lot. Their volumes, their all expertise which is coming from there, and it is just making more and more high and lows from there. So now let's have a look another resistance level. As you can see, this is another support line for this chart, and from there this is the chart is keep supporting and making new highs. So another resistance and a major resistance is there, but from there the major resistance is become more and more contracted. As the chart has become more and more contracted in near future, that means there is a higher probability for the investors, they are going to be make a huge gain from this chart and from this Bitcoin. And as you look at the work, why this Bitcoin price is just crossing this line, then you will realize that the major resistance is happening over there. This is another major resistance in this phase. Whenever the chart is just consolidating in this phase, that means that chart is clearly representing that the major resistance is gonna become to there and then support heavily over there. And this is a kind of major resistance which you need to know about that. By the way, this is a major support level. As you can see, this is a major support. Whenever the chart is just touching this level, it's consolidate in this phase. Let's have a look. Again and again, this chart is going to be touch this level and come back again. And this chart consolidates over there, and this is a major resistance point which is becoming from here, and from there this is a chart which is making new highs. And you need to be just look at the for the long term growth in order to just finding out the right opportunities in this time frame. So now let's have a look why the chart is given is so on a big rally in this phase. This is a chart which is exactly started from here and started to give a massive rally in this time frame, but this chart is need to be goes to this chart trend line, but the chart is just becoming more overvalued in this phase, and that is the reason why the chart need to come down very aggressively, and it's come down itself and then making new consolidation phase in this area. And whenever the chart is gonna be just making new highs, I say, and I said to many people, whenever the chart is go and then cross their levels, that means this chart is become more and more overvalued. At this time frame, you need to avoid that chart and avoid to invest in any cryptocurrency whenever the chart is just touching all-time highs and making this consolidation phase, and it's really harmful for your investments. So when you see that, and whenever the chart is come down in this phase of channel, that means the chart is just making some consolidation phase, but after that it is not sustainable for the long term. That is why this chart is just draw down very aggressively, and from there it is just consolidating very more and more. And whenever it is happen, then most of the people are just become greedy. That means they are gonna be get more and more done, because the chart is gonna be go upside very aggressively, and that is the reason why this kind of people lose big money in this consolidation phase, and finally they will exit. They think that this chart is not gonna be go upside from there, and as a result they just thinking that it is just over and it is not go upside, and they just cut down their all positions from the Bitcoin, and they thinking that the work which is they did in this past few years, it is not commendable, and from there it is making new highs, and there is a higher chance for the smart investor. They are gonna be go inside that and then try to extrapolate what is gonna be happen when the contraction is gonna be finished, just like that. And the contraction, the period is gonna be finished in this time frame, and whenever the contraction period is gonna be finished, there is a higher probability for that investor the new highs is gonna be started. Let me look at the how did they started from there. So whenever the consolidation phase is gonna finish, this chart is gonna go just like that and making just like that, and then come back and making this line as a support level, and this chart is gonna be go just like that and making this line as a support level and keep making a new highs. And from there this chart is gonna be consolidate a few times, because the work they did in the last few years, in the last few days, it is really highs. And when you see the next channel is gonna be touch, it is about a 48,000 US dollar. And when you see that channel, it is creating itself, and then channel which is making that highs and lows. And let's have a look and calculate exactly that channel is created by itself. This is a channel and which is gonna be sustainable more times, And whenever a channel is going to become that, then means there is a higher probability for the investors. They will make exactly a good returns in this time frame. So let's have a look how much return they can generate if they apply these concepts again and again. That means you are going to see that the exact return, which is a 14% in just matter of 5 days. This is another technical chart which is representing a new highs, how they can improve that, and then how they can just manage the new consolidation phase. The same things happen in the last few hours, and when we see that the consolidation phase is just finishing over there, and the new highs is started to go upside and then making new highs and then touching a new favorable chance. Now when you see that the consolidation phase is finishing here in this time frame, the consolidation phase is just finished. So from there the chart is started to go upside very aggressively. So this is a major point for the investors, just for looking at the new opportunities in the market. So when you see that there is a higher chance for the chart, it is go just like that consolidation phase. And whenever the chart is go just like that, that means the volume is going to be contracted over this time. Whenever the volume is going to be contracted, that means there is another opportunity which is going to be create itself just like that. So this is a technical analysis which is creating more opportunities in the market, and the people who have been invest your money into that, they will get to know about that, and they get more and more benefits about that, and ultimately they will make a crazy money from this technical analysis. So so this is my side where I discuss Bitcoin, what is gonna be happen. Maybe it could be happen in near future, but there is a higher probability for that chart. It could be go just like that, and the consolidation phase is gonna be finished. When you see the last few years, that means the chart is gonna be go upside very aggressively just like that, and it's making really good opportunities for the investor. When you calculate it, how much phase this chart is just driving on that area, then you will see that chart is driving exactly 5 points. Look at that chart, which is just keep driving at a 5 points basis, and this chart is making new consolidation in this phase of area. And whenever the chart is just making new consolidation area of phases, that means you need to avoid the chart, because five the five steps is gonna be finished over there. And this is a time for investors to looking at the new opportunities in new times of zones, so they can make easily a big money. So whenever the consolidation phases come, it's come down aggressively, it's come very for a long time. And as a result, the many of people just who are those who are invested, they just try to make try to extrapolate that area, because whenever the people who have been invested into the cryptocurrency and any of asset classes, they try to manage a long-term gain, where they can easily predict that the price is going to be go touch a new highs. Before that, they have to be enter into the price zone, so that the whenever the price is going to be go up, and we can make a crazy move from there. As you can see, this is a chart which is created by the Bitcoin prices, and from there the prices is going to be go upside very aggressively, and then end of the day, when you see that the price is going to be move just like that, and this in the only 7 days, this price is moved about to 23%, and this is a crazy move. I always refer, and I always told my students, always prefer this chart for getting a new opportunities in the market, so that so you can make good results for your investments, so you can make a crazy move your profits when it's come to your profit. I and other things which is matter a lot in this phase. So this is another consolidation phase which is just keep hovering around from there to there, as you can see. And the new next move is come just like that, and this move, our next move from here, it's gonna become just very crazy. And when you go and then make a little bit more longer this chart, then you will see that the work is happening over there. It is just making a new supports. Let's have a look. This is a crazy support. Whenever the chart is just touching this level, this chart is just go upside very crazy. So let's have a look. This is another resistance level which is happening over there, and from there this chart is gonna be go upside, and this is a highly chance for that chart. It is go very upside. So by the way, this is my side where I discuss the Bitcoin currency, what is gonna be happen, and how you need to be just consider your positions into the Bitcoin currency so you can make a crazy move from here and return as well.